Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. Last night I got back from the Bassmaster Classic. It's a little less than 2 hours away from where I live. It was held on Lake Ray Roberts, and the expo was held at the Fort Worth Convention Center, and I think the weigh-in was at Dickies Arena. And congratulations to Easton Fothergill. He is a young man from Minnesota, and he just did a fantastic job of winning the Bassmaster Classic. There was a couple other guys that were, jockeying in position different times throughout the event. Lee Livesey was among those in the top 5, as well as Hunter Shryock was in there too, and Trey McKinney. Trying to think of who else might have been in there. John Cox was kind of looming right around in there. Some of us thought John Cox was going to pull out a monster bag and kind of run away with the thing, but we were always looking at Lee Livesey. Obviously, he's from Texas, a very established pro that's fished the Elite Series for a number of years, and I believe he has 2 Elite Series wins to his credit. So he was somebody that we were all looking to win the event. But Easton Fothergill, congratulations to him. Did a fantastic job, like I said before. The Bassmaster Classic was great. The expo was great. Feel like attendance was really strong for the event, and I never made it over to the weigh-in just because I was busy there working with sponsors like Bill Lewis, Buckeye, Yamamoto, Buka Baits, Robo Worm, Ranger Boats, among others. And then Amphibia Eye Gear had a booth there, and we sold a number of sunglasses there. So it was a busy event for me, running around, doing different things, and there was some different ministry opportunities, which was great. Got to hear Hank Parker's testimony, and if you've never heard that, it is really, really strong, and it's just an amazing story to listen to his life, where he came from, and then of course what God's done in his life. It was very impactful. We got to listen to that Sunday morning before the expo opened up, so that was really amazing. Got to see a lot of old friends, and then got to see a lot of people from this community, from James Niggemeyer Fishing YouTube channel. I certainly appreciate being able to meet a lot of the people that watch this YouTube channel or watch the videos from this channel, and getting to meet them. Got to see some old friends, and really got to talk bass fishing with a lot of people I don't get to very often throughout the year. So it was a great event. A couple of the things that I thought were very notable was the fact that 2 of the guys that ended up first and second, I believe Easton Fothergill won and Trey McKinney was second. Both of those guys, I don't even know if they're 22 years old. I know Trey McKinney is not. Not exactly sure how old Easton Fothergill is. Young man that just did a tremendous job there at the Bassmaster Classic. Wanted to go over just a couple of things about the event. Lee Livesey was in the top 5 after day 1, I believe, and he caught a bunch of his fish on a pink chatterbait or bladed jig type lure, and that was very interesting. It was pink on pink bladed jig with a pink trailer, and I think the whole bass fishing world was like, wait a minute, did we miss something? Do I need to have some of those? I've had bright pink bladed jigs for a number of years. I believe I've caught a couple fish on them here or there, but never really anything that was notable as far as a measurable degree of success over the traditional color. So I kind of sidelined them, and now I'm kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't have. So the young men first and second were Easton Fothergill and Trey McKinney, and they were using forward-facing sonar to catch their fish. I believe Lee Livesey was not, and also John Cox was not. I apologize for not knowing who else was in that top 5, but those are some of the notables that happened throughout the weekend. I'm not sure if Hunter Shryock was using forward-facing sonar or not, but that was the kind of the gist of the event. The forward-facing sonar dominated this event, and we're kind of getting used to that in this sport. I mean, maybe we're not getting used to that, but that is the landscape of the sport of pro fishing at this time. Another thing that was pretty cool was in the Ranger booth, they had the Ranger Man tribute boat. And I'll try to roll some footage of that here in this video. It's a tribute to Forrest Wood, and they just did this amazing boat that really encapsulated a lot of the different things. And then they also honored some of the people that have been with Ranger boats over 25 years and still are there today. Got to see that in person, And really, it's quite a legacy. Forest wood and Ranger boats. It's been a number of years since I participated as a competitor in the Bassmaster Classic. I believe the last Bassmaster Classic that I competed in was 2015, and that was on Lake Hartwell. And it was kind of affectionately known as the Ice Master Classic because it was so cold going into the first day of the tournament. My drain plug was stuck frozen in the out position, and I actually launched my boat that morning with it out and let the water thaw out the ice, and then I switched it because I have a remote drain plug. That was actually an interesting scenario that myself and Trip Weldon, he said, hey, if you can't get that plug to go in on the remote, just wave me down and I'll grab your truck. We'll back it right in and get your boat loaded again. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, but the Bassmaster Classic, it's always amazing to go to. Saw some really cool stuff. Yamamoto had a new bait that they came out with. I'll do a video on that here coming up pretty soon. I really tried not to spend too much money at the Bassmaster Classic. It's really easy when you see all these items that are from all over the country, custom made stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend a lot of money. And I was doing great right up until I found a custom glide bait. And it was the most I've ever spent on one bait. I actually went back to where I was staying that night, thought about it, and I was like, the next morning, that was the first thing I did. I walked over and I bought that bait. It's amazing how expensive some baits are, and I'm not saying they're not worth it. I'm just saying the price that we will pay for a bait is staggering. If you guys have ever done that, let me know what's the most you've ever spent on a bait, and did it live up to your expectations? I haven't put it in the water yet. Of course, it's the day after the Bassmaster Classic. Gonna try and throw it around a little bit here pretty soon. I've got some guide trips lined up this week. Let me know if you were at the Bassmaster Classic. What was the highlight for you there? Just drop a comment down below. Love to hear from y'all. And also, if you're not familiar, I've got some merch, Team Niggemeyer Fishing. It's really the best way that you can support the channel. Thanks again for watching this video, and until next time, good fishing.